The greatest skill in the 21st century is not email marketing, is not artificial intelligence, is not video editing or photo editing, is not photography or videography. It is the base layer of all the skills I just mentioned. So, the greatest skill in the 21st century is persuasive communication. Persuasive communication. Without this skill, you cannot exchange value with other people. And if you cannot give value, you cannot make money. Nobody tells you to learn that basic skill. It's part of what I like to call intellectual dark matter. They tell you to learn marketing, sales, copywriting, but not the frameworks, the building blocks, where all these things are built upon. I've been secretly watching the bookshelves of successful people online and offline, and to my amazement, 99% of them have one book in common. It is this one. And for good reason, because it is the best starting point to master persuasive communication. Luckily, it is based on just 7 words. And now, we are going to uncover them one by one.
Let not thine hand be stretched out to receive and drawn back when thou shouldest repay.
Ever felt that urge to return a favor? That's the power of reciprocity. It's a natural urge to give back when someone does something for us. Think of it like a friend treating you to coffee. You'll likely want to treat them next time. This principle isn't just personal. Businesses use it too. Ever gotten a free sample or read a helpful blog post from a company? They're hoping you will feel that nudge to give back, maybe by buying something. But there is a twist. The rule can sometimes be used in sneaky ways. It's not just about the need to give back, but also feeling pressured to accept in the first place. Like when someone you are not fond of does you a favor and you feel trapped to return it. By being the first to give, they reduce our ability to decide whom we wish to owe.
The way to love anything is to realize that it might be lost.
For the hungry, that need is food. For the busy, it might be a project that needs to be finished. For the cash-strapped, it might be this month's rent payment. For the lonely, lack of companionship. Scarcity is more than just the displeasure of having very little. It imposes itself in our minds. It's like a cognitive tax or barrier that takes us away the freedom of thinking of other things. When we experience scarcity of any form, it captivates us, channeling our mental energy and attention towards that one thing. The rule states that when an item is rare or it is becoming rare, it is perceived as more valuable. So, if you want to prevent your prospective customers from procrastinating on investing on your offer, product, or service, you must create a sense of urgency and exclusivity by leveraging scarcity.
I'm today what I established yesterday or some previous day.
We humans like consistency. Once we make a choice, we feel a strong urge to stick to it, especially if others are watching. Think about it. Would you munch on chips at a gym? Probably not. We value consistency, even over being right. For instance, phone solicitors might ask you about your day. Once you say you're doing good, they'll ask for a donation for someone who isn't. They're banking on your desire to stay consistent. For businesses, let customers experience your product or service before buying it. It will make them more likely to commit. Or make them visualize themselves using your product or service in their everyday lives, and this too will make them more likely to commit.
Follow an expert.
We're trained from birth by parents, teachers, religion, that obedience to proper authority is right and disobedience is wrong. These people knew more than we did, so we found it beneficial to follow their advice. People obeying to commands feel less responsibility for their actions. When we have to decide how to act in a given situation, information from a recognized authority can provide us a valuable shortcut. You can try this principle yourself. Next time you wake up to go to work, instead of wearing a casual attire, put on a suit and see how many drivers stop their cars to let you pass on the streets. To apply the principle of authority in your life and business, you have to show expertise in a given topic, and always make sure to include the Talk to an Expert section on your business page.
When people are free to do as they please, they usually imitate one another.
When we are unsure what to do, we look at similar others to provide us with the correct actions to take. The more people undertaking that action, the more we consider it as correct. Similar is a key word here. People are more likely to model their behavior after others who they perceive as similar to themselves. In Italy, they say gente fa gente, meaning that people attract more people. That's why nowadays you can't find any product, service, or course or whatever without testimonials attached to it. So, make sure to always publish video testimonials of buyers using, commenting, unpacking, and posting about your products. That's how you activate the power of social proof.
There is nothing more effective in selling anything than getting customers to believe, really believe, you like them.
Curious about the author of that quote? It's Joe Girard, recognized in the Guinness Book of World Records as the greatest car salesman. He achieved this remarkable feat by selling over 5 cars and trucks every single day for 12 consecutive years. Something that he did by being a people person. He not only liked his customers, but showed it by regularly sending them "I like you" cards, ensuring they received quick and courteous treatment when they brought their cars for service, and always giving them a fair price. So, it is pretty simple to apply this principle. You just have to show your customers and clients that you are like them and that you like them.
If we have no peace, it's because we have forgotten that we belong to one another.
People are more likely to say yes to someone they consider as one of their own. Do you remember the great salesman from the previous chapter, Joe Girard? Well, recent news indicates that he has been dethroned by a vehicle salesman from Dearborn, Michigan, named Ali Rida. Ali Rida, in interviews, admitted that he closely followed Joe Girard's recommendations for success. So, if Ali did what Joe did, what was his secret ingredient that enabled him to surpass the master? Well, Ali Rida is a fixture of Arab community in Michigan, into which he sells record numbers of vehicles. Mr. Rida, who is an Arab American himself, focuses on being an active member of the tight-knit Arab community, including selling intensely into it. As Isaac Asimov puts it,
All things being equal, you root for your own sex, your own culture, your own locality, and what you want to prove is that you are better than the other person. Whomever you root for represents you, and when he or she wins, you win.
So, how to apply the unity principle? How can you make your clients, customers, peers, readers, subscribers, and co-workers feel like family? Well, invite some of them to your home, share musical experiences, walk together, suffer together, and co-create by engaging in activities like planting a tree or any other activity that requires both synchronization and coordination.
I'm trying to get Lollapalooza effects by combining. It is perfectly obvious. This is the way you win big in the world, by getting 2 or 3 forces working together in the same direction.
Lollapalooza is a term that Charlie Munger uses to describe when you intertwine multiple persuasive techniques at once. For instance, if you write a book, you might want to put on its cover some reviews from well-known writers. In this way, you are combining the authority principle with the social proof principle. In the case of the great salesman, Ali Rida, we had a powerful combination of the unity principle with the like principle. If you feel this added any value to you, please consider subscribing to support the channel. Also, if you want some hints on how to apply these principles on real-life scenarios at your choosing, please just drop a comment below.